Johnston Felton Hay House was built 1855 to 59 in the Italian Renaissance Revival style, which was very unique for Macon at that time. Hay House is a 7-story, 24-room, 18,000 square foot mansion. So it's quite ample in terms of what a visitor is able to see and experience in this house. The house was conceived by William Butler Johnston and his wife, Anne Tracy Johnston, after they had gone on a 3-year honeymoon, a grand tour trip to Europe, 1851 to 53. And they visited England and France and especially Italy and gathered lots of ideas from palazzi and important works of architecture and homes and museums that they visited there, came back to Macon, which you have to remember was, in its, early years. They were, right outside the streets were not paved. Certainly, Macon was a cultural hubcap for Middle Georgia. The colleges were here. We had culture and art here, but Hay House in particular as a work of architecture was really unique in terms of the style and also the amount of money that was invested in building it. One of the factors that made the plumbing in this house possible was a natural spring, clean, fresh, beautiful water that bubbles up right out of the ground on the corner of Nisbet and Georgia Avenue. And in part, that's the reason why Spring Street is named Spring Street, because of the natural springs found in this area and also on Coleman Hill. But because this natural spring was originally on the Johnston property and was uphill, it was on a grade and could be channeled to the house by gravity and then hand pumped to an 8,000-gallon water cistern that is currently on the 4th floor of this house, and then could come down in 2 pipes, one for hot, one for cold, and essentially through a hydraulic ram pump create hot and cold running water. 10 years before we find that in the Atlantic states was truly remarkable. One of our main goals is to make the house accessible and for Hay House to be used as an educational venue, as an opportunity for us to have an eyewitness account of what life was like in the 1860s, in the 1880s, in the 1920s, and how we can use it today. So Hay House is an anchor of tourism industry in Macon. We are an integral part of the educational system here in Macon. In fact, we train teachers during the summer through our Talking Walls Heritage Education program to get teachers to use primary sources in working with their curriculum and working with their lesson plans. So we want to be an active part of this community in all forms.